You guys remember I did a segment about those senators and insider trading. So right before the economy went tits up, they sold off a bunch of stock, and some of them even invested. Le Fleur, for example, from Georgia, she just so happened to invest in a teleconference company right before coronavirus really hit the economy, okay? Burr, he was receiving daily briefings, right? He's the chair of the Senate Intelligence Committee. So, of course, I mean, this guy has access to highly classified information regardless. And on top of it, he was having daily briefings on coronavirus. And then he goes off and sells a bunch of stock. I mean, these guys are corrupt. End of story. It's so blatantly obvious. And we'll get into it in a second in detail. But, of course, nothing happens. There's no investigations. You can get away with murder, especially if you're white, you're rich, and you're a politician, right? And this Le Fleur, her husband, just so happens to also be the head of the New York Stock Exchange. I mean, come on. And she goes on Fox News, and her defense is, oh, the socialists are after me. What? What the fuck does that have to do with socialism? You could enjoy capitalism, go and buy your fucking stocks, which, by the way, stocks and bonds are not taxed. Funny how that works, right? Your car is taxed, your home is taxed, your income is taxed, but everything that has to do with the 1%, stocks and bonds, are not taxed. Crazy, right? Crazy how that works. So let me show you. Let's take a look at her saying this on Fox News, all right?
This is a political attack that is designed to distract from the issue at hand and to use this outbreak to play politics. We have addressed this and taken extraordinary measures to make sure that we can't be attacked for our success. This gets at the very heart of why I came to Washington, to defend free enterprise, to defend capitalism, and this is a socialist attack. We have taken...
This is not a political attack. You committed a fucking crime. You're not allowed to do insider trading. You're not allowed to do that. You broke a fucking law. You can't rob a bank and then say, oh man, you know, the socialists, they just hate success, yo. They're just after me. This is a political attack. I'm telling y'all. They hate me because I'm successful. They're socialists. They hate capitalism. What? You broke a fucking law. You're not allowed to do insider trading. Oh, the socialists, you know, they just hate free enterprise, man. And me, I'm a crusader of capitalism. Guillotine. Guillotine right now. Straight to Gulag. Since you're calling us socialists, you know, might as well.
We have taken extraordinary measures, and I am focused solely on working for Georgians. I've been doing that 7 days a week around the clock, and it's my honor to be here and serve, and that's why I stepped out of the private sector.
It's my honor to be here and serve. Who did you serve? You sold a bunch of stocks. Who did you serve exactly except yourself and your husband who works at the stock exchange? These people fucking piss me off.
Well, the accusation of insider trading was based on you receiving federal information, and then there were stock sales made in you and your husband's name. But again, the question was, did you liquidate those investments since you said that?
That's right, we have. I said we've taken extraordinary measures to take that off the table as an attack area, and we're done with it, and we're moving on. I've been focused on Georgians 24/7, addressing...
We're taking that off the table as an attack area, and we've taken these extraordinary measures, you know, after I profited and already did the crime, and we're moving on now. All right, well, you know, I'll go rob a bank, and we're moving on here. So there's no need to investigate. All right, you go do your thing. I'm going home. We good? Thank you very much. We're moving on here. No. This bitch committed a fucking crime. They all did. This is not just one person. They all did this together. All right? And their defense now is, all the socialists hate success. This has nothing to do with socialism. The Stock Act, which is to ban insider trading, was unanimously passed, you fucking liar. What does that say? Passed the Senate 96-3. Passed the House 417-2. What does that mean? That means that a vast majority, the overwhelming majority of Democrats and Republicans agree you shouldn't use insider information to trade on the stock market because it's unethical. I mean, even in the fucking cesspit of Washington, they agreed on that. Now, obviously, this doesn't go far enough because ideally, no one in government should be owning stocks and bonds. It should be completely outright banned because this is ridiculous. The Stock Act is a piece of toilet paper. By definition, you're blindly trusting these politicians to do the right thing. It's like, okay, look, guys, we'll let you own stocks and bonds. You can still go to classified meetings and have access to classified information, but please don't do a doo-doo and go to the stock market, okay? You be a good cookie, all right? We're good? All in favor, say aye. Hell yeah, bitch. And then it's adjourned. This is toilet paper. But even so, you can see the vast majority of the Democrats and the Republicans were in favor. So this has nothing to do with socialism, unless you mean the entire Republican Party are socialists. Is that what you're saying? Are you calling them communists? That's awfully undignified of you, madam. How dare you? I highly resent your assessment of my esteemed colleagues. She's full of shit. This has fucking nothing to do with socialism. Okay, so we're done with that. By the way, you see those 3 senators who voted no? You'll never guess who was among them. None other than Senator Richard Burr, one of the people being accused of insider trading. Like, even with this meaningless legislation, he still wanted to say, no, I'm corrupt. Let us be corrupt. On top of it, there's no investigation. She doesn't get in any trouble. Same for Burr and Feinstein, all of these corrupt assholes. They're all the same. Democrat, Republican, they're all the same. And on top of it, Trump appoints her, this woman, Loeffler, from Georgia, who should be under investigation for violating the Stock Act. He appoints her to his economic task force to reopen the economy. Oh my God, look at this. Loeffler's fellow Republican senator from Georgia, David Perdue, was also named as a member of the committee weeks after reports revealed he bought stock in a personal protective equipment manufacturer after learning about the public health crisis, which would soon cause nationwide shortages of the equipment as healthcare workers treated coronavirus patients. Jesus Christ. I mean, they're not even trying to hide it. She buys stuff in a teleconferencing company, and her other colleague from Georgia buys stocks in a PPE company. Can you get any more obvious? These guys are so fucking corrupt. They just have no shame. They have no shame. The word shame doesn't exist in Washington, D.C. They don't give a fuck. You remember that guy from the WWE, Vince McMahon? So Trump appoints him, Vince McMahon, to this economic task force. And then Loeffler as well. And take a look at this. Loeffler owns a stake in the Atlanta Dream WNBA team. Trump is basically gathering all of these people involved in the sports industry who've been hit so badly. Oh my God, the poor souls. They had to close down for a few weeks, making millions and billions. They had to close down for a few weeks because, people are fucking dying. So now we got to reopen quickly so all my buddies can make money. And, Donald Trump, of course, he's bringing in literally all his buddies in from the private sector, as usual, to profit off of coronavirus, prematurely reopening the country, violating all kinds of logic and reason and scientific evidence that you shouldn't be doing that. I mean, the guy never took any precautions to begin with, and now he's just making it even worse. You have beaches in Florida that are already full, that reopened today. These people should be in jail. They are criminally negligent. They're not there to serve you. They're serving their buddies in the private sector. She's like, oh yeah, I liquidated all those assets and, pretending like, oh yeah, even though I committed a crime, which I should be under investigation for and clearly go to jail, it's okay. I gave back the stocks. I sold them. So it's okay now. No, it's not okay, bitch. What are you doing here? You still own stock in a WNBA team? Everybody was already profiting off of their comfy positions in Washington, D.C. Always. Every administration, everybody. Okay? But Trump is taking it to another level. This guy has no shame whatsoever. I mean, he's putting Jared Kushner, this corrupt piece of shit, this Zionist occupationist, putting him in the White House, letting him profit off of the masks. You saw that video. And bringing in his daughter, letting her sit in on meetings with diplomats, and then she's going and mingling between Macron and Theresa May. God, that was an awkward video. And then they say that Arab countries are corrupt. Go fuck yourself. And she just rips out that classic line of defense from Trump's handbook. Oh, socialism. No, this has nothing to do with socialism. I'm pretty sure a majority of GOP Republican voters would not be okay with this. I'm pretty sure a majority of GOP voters are not okay with corruption. This is what's so interesting. This is what's so hilarious, When they talk about capitalism, right? It's not just, oh yeah, we're going to have an employer and an employee, an authoritarian structure in the workplace, and you can own capital, you can own stocks, you can own the means of production as a private citizen. It doesn't stop there. That's not enough for them. It's on top of it, we want to fucking rob you, we want to commit illegal acts, and we're going to call that capitalism. I mean, hey, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. In a way, she's actually right. This is the result of capitalism. And it's so ironic because they accuse socialist countries of doing this, right? They say that, oh, if you have a socialist or a communist country, you're going to have the party officials at the top robbing the country and leaving you poor. Isn't that exactly what you're doing here? Giving away trillions in tax cuts, giving away trillions of dollars in a stimulus package, making it okay for senators to go and do insider trading? That's literally the same thing that you accuse communists and socialists of doing, except you're doing it. You're committing the acts of gross wealth inequality. It's so funny how the capitalists, everything they accuse the communist socialist countries of doing, they do themselves. And on top of it, they include crime. Like, crime is okay if you're a capitalist. If you exploit people, I mean, that's capitalism by definition. If you exploit people, that's fine. If you put people in jail, right? Mass incarceration to make a profit, that's fine. If you bomb people overseas to make a profit, that's fine under capitalism. If you are white, you are rich, and you work in government, you can get away with murder. There is a reason that phrase exists, because there are really certain people, there are cases of individuals, of groups that can do that. These people can get away with murder, literally. Like I said, you want to own stocks and bonds? You want to go and trade? Get out of the government, resign, and go and do that as a private citizen. No. That's not enough for her. She's saying, fuck you. I'm going to go to classified meetings. I'm going to go to classified briefings where I get insider information that the public, the general public, and my constituents don't have. And I'm going to go and use that information to go and make a profit. She's worth $500 million. She's married to the fucking head of the New York Stock Exchange. How much is enough? Like, when does it end, man? I don't even know what the fuck $500 million is. I don't even understand what you could do with that money. When is it enough? They don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck. They are corrupt by definition. She didn't make that much compared to her net worth. What I saw reported was anywhere between a few $100,000s to a few million, right? And it's like, you know, just logically, if you're already worth $500 million, isn't that pocket change to you? Why would you go and like risk being humiliated in public and an investigation and all of this stuff and going to jail for a bit? No. It doesn't matter because they're corrupt. That's how they work. This is just their nature. Just, yeah, make money. Let's make money. Let's make it. Not, oh, shit, this coronavirus stuff is serious. I better tell my constituents. I better go on Fox News like I just did and tell people about coronavirus and tell them, no. Fuck you. I don't serve you. I serve myself, bitch. I'm selfish. I'm a capitalist. Oh yeah, you are. Oh yeah, you are. You really are a capitalist. But again, this line that only socialists care about that? No. Everybody voted for the Stock Act. Overwhelmingly. Both in the Senate and the House. This is not a leftist issue. This is corruption, plain and simple. And no one in government should be owning stocks for this exact fucking reason. That way, you have nothing to worry about if you can't own stocks, right? You can't reason with them. Do you see what I'm telling you? You can't reason with these people. Their greed just knows no fucking limits. It's not like, let's keep a capitalist system that's somewhat fair. No. It's fuck you from the beginning to the end. Always. Me, and my buddies in the private sector. You have no avenue. You have no recourse with these people. None. Not even 1%. Stop lying to yourself. You'll never see Republican or conservative pundits opening their mouth about this. Do you think Ben Shapiro did a segment about this shit? I fucking bet you he didn't. You think any of them will open their mouths about this? Could it be that capitalism promotes corruption and crime and exploitation? Oh, they got no fucking answer to that one, do they? Fuck off out of here, man.